And we're going to begin with a welcome from our hosts and an update about this South Tacoma Way Business District. I'd like to welcome to the podium Theory Real Estate Chief Executive Officer and Director of Theory Cares, Austin Miller, and his business partner and mom, Rondi Miller, a great duo. Before I ask you to welcome us and provide some words, I just want to first thank you for hosting us. And thank you for joining the council for dinner before this at one of these awesome establishments here in South Tacoma Way, Opal Lounge, just across the street. And I told my colleagues last week at our meeting last week that one of my activities this weekend was coming to South Tacoma Way to be at the Santa Parade on South Tacoma Way, and it was so much fun. Where we are right now here at Edison Square was the North Pole. And right here in front of the stage was where Santa was greeting and hanging out with kids for hours on Santa. And this whole place was buzzing with families. Cookie making and popcorn and hot chocolate. And I think over 1,000 people came through the North Pole. And South Tacoma Way was just magical on Sunday. Thanks to your leadership and the leadership of others here in the South Tacoma Way Business District. So I would love to turn it over to you.
Thank you. Well, thanks for supporting the Santa Parade, first of all. Thank you for sharing your potato skins at dinner earlier. Appreciate that. And thanks for inviting us to share tonight. You said 30 minutes, right? Just kidding. Well, my name is Austin Miller. This is my mother, Rondi Miller. We are some of the owners of Theory Real Estate. We are a family business with a lot of love for Tacoma. I grew up, I remember driving down South Tacoma Way, a very distinct memory. We would never stop, we'd never get out of the car, but I have a memory driving down South Tacoma Way and thinking that this neighborhood, this street had a very special vibe to it, and just remember it had this kind of cool western town feel to it that it still has today. And today I'm going to be sharing a little bit about South Tacoma Way. For anybody that doesn't know, this is a neighborhood with a lot of history. A century ago, it was a bustling neighborhood. This building we're standing in today was one of the first movie theaters in Tacoma. It sat up to 500 people. There was an ice cream shop next door. There was a JCPenney across the street. That was before the mall went in. So this was a very lively neighborhood. Also before I-5 was there, this was the main thoroughfare to get to Tacoma. Before this was part of Tacoma, it was actually called Edison, the neighborhood was, which is a big part of why we decided to name this venue Edison Square. My family visited South Tacoma Way for the first time in 2017. We work in real estate, so we were visiting a commercial property down here. And I'll be honest, this street, this neighborhood had a kind of a depressed feel to it. If you walk down the street, almost every other building was sitting empty and abandoned and in rough shape. And we all walked away that day with kind of an indescribable feeling that we were supposed to be part of this neighborhood and its revitalization and this community that was needing a little bit of love. So flash forward to the next year, and we walked through this building for the first time. I mentioned it was one of the first movie theaters in Tacoma. After that, it was a dance hall for many years. Then it was a Chinese restaurant. Most recently, it was a marijuana growing operation. So it had a great smell when we walked in for the first time. We walked in. There was a wall here down the middle. They had lowered the ceilings to 10 feet for some reason. It was in rough shape, but we walked up to the balcony, and you could peek through a little window up there, and you could see the original crown molding from the movie theater. And we all just had this feeling that we wanted to be part of this and help restore this building to its former glory. So we did just that over the next couple of years. We had grand plans to open this building as an event venue in March of 2020. Turned out not to be the best time to open an event venue. So it sat here as a very expensive storage unit for about a year and a half. And then at the end of 2021, we had a grand opening, ribbon cutting with the mayor. We did a masquerade ball. It was a great celebration. Since then, this has been a venue that has hosted a very wide variety of events. We do everything from weddings to celebrations of life. There's birthday parties, quinceañeras, corporate events. There's pro wrestling in here once a month. They set up a stage here in the middle. It's crazy. Going into 2024, we have lots of other community events planned, including a improv comedy show. There'll be a drag night once a month, and lots of other events, really just to bring the community together. That's our goal with this building and with a lot of the stuff we're doing down here in South Tacoma Way. Outside of this building, we've helped be part of the transformation of 20 buildings on the street between 52nd and 56th on South Comoe. And it's crazy. One of our main issues we're seeing nowadays is parking. There's not enough parking down here. We were begging people to come down here 6 years ago. So it's amazing to see the progress that's been made. I also can't stand up here without acknowledging gentrification, which we know is a very real issue. The cost of living is going up around Tacoma, around Pierce County. And our goal, our intention is not to push people away, but really to bring people to this neighborhood, help make it a safer and nicer place where people want to stay, they want to live, they want to move to. So that's our goal. We're working on several initiatives. We're working on creating more affordable housing down here, which I'm excited to hear about later tonight. We opened a sober living house in partnership with the Tacoma Rescue Mission, which is going great. And then with the businesses that move down here, we are really intentional to find small local businesses, many of whom are minority-owned businesses, to fill our commercial spaces down here. Some of these include Howdy Bagel, which if you haven't been to Howdy Bagel yet, you got to check it out. Intention Juice and Smoothie Bar, the Fern Sea. There's tons of great businesses coming to South Comoe. Outside of that, we have some co-working space. There's Surge on the corner. There's some co-working space above Airport Tavern. There's over 100 small businesses, tattoo artists, barbers that make a living right here in South Comoe. So it's amazing to see the growth, and there's more to happen. There's more to come going into 2024. Our goal is really to continue this positive momentum and just make this a neighborhood that people want to come to, a destination for people in Tacoma and beyond. So thank you for the opportunity to share tonight. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Austin. Rondi, anything to share?
No.
I don't know how you keep up with him.
If I talk, I'll cry.
Well, great things are happening here in South Tacoma Way, in large part because of your investment and your energy and ability to bring people together and invite in new small businesses. And things have been happening for some time, and things don't happen overnight. It takes years and years of planning and growth and investment.